Alright, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to be covering the new Tier 10 Dutch light cruiser. It's Tech 3. The Utrecht, I think is pronounced. Now, I'm not a professional Dutch speaker, okay? But I think it's pronounced Utrecht. And here it is. And that's what I'm going to be calling it in this video, so don't get too mad. But that's what I'm going to be calling it. I did no research prior to this. So, it's a super light cruiser, actually. Not just a light cruiser. It's actually a super light cruiser because we've got destroyer caliber guns. We've got 128mm guns. The ship, as I said before, will be available in the Tech 3. And of course, as per all Tech 3 releases nowadays, it's going to be in an early access event starting with 14.0. But of course, you will be able to get it later on for less, of course. But this is the Utrecht. So, what is it? Well, of course, it's a super light cruiser, but looking at the hull design, we might use our brain here, guys, of course, as the viewers and as me, the streamer or the content creator. We use our brains and we look at the ship. It looks like a D7 Provincian. Well, it is. In a way. The hull is D7 Provincian hull. It actually has worse armor than D7 Provincian because it's a lighter cruiser than D7. D7 has bigger guns. The guns are completely different on this one, but they kind of took the hull from that ship. Probably just to reuse the hull, I guess, and just call it a new ship. So for the commander... actually, let's start off with the armor layout. So for the armor layout, we have 16mm nose armor, 16 deck, and 16 aft. It's all super light cruiser armor, so nothing too special, which means you're going to get overmatched by a lot of ships. I think including like Goliath and Henry, they're going to be able to overmatch you. Similar to something like playing a Minotaur, right? So if we were to take off the armor too, to take a look at the Citadel, oh my, it's quite big actually in the middle section here. You're going to have to be a bit careful. It is internal Citadel, it's not on the outside. But I don't think there's turtle back at all. Yeah. So you have to be really careful with the ship. Now, I have played the ship a bunch, actually, already. And I have to say, it does get citadeled quite easily. So you have to be really careful with this hull. For my commander build that I'm going to be running, I just pick kind of these skills. I feel like these skills are relatively good for the ship. And we're going to take Last Stand. Focus Firing Training for that improved airstrike reload time. Survivability Expert. Superintendent. Concealment Expert. Adrenaline Rush, Heavy HE and Sap Shells, and Demolition Expert. For equipment, I'm running Main Battery Mod 3, Concealment System Mod 1, Airstrike Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Engine Boost Mod 1, and Main Armaments Mod 1. For the exterior camouflage, unfortunately, we don't have anything to show you here because I wasn't given the external camouflage for the ship. There is a video out on the YouTube channel for the official channel, I think, where it showcases some camos. But not the premium camo, just the event camo, which it looks like one of those old Dutch ships. For ship characteristics, we have 44,350 HP. We have 4.2 second reload with the build. This is actually going to get buffed, by the way, because the stock reload is 4.8 seconds right now. There is a buff that's going to bring that down to 4.5 seconds stock. So you're going to get around a 3.8, 3.9 second reload with the build. Unfortunately, Wargaming didn't give us the final version to showcase, which is a bit weird. They keep doing this for some reason with a lot of ships, including Libertad. They give us an unchanged ship to showcase and feature, and then they're gonna buff it before it hits live. So this one is the unbuffed version. It will get buffed, so it will be even better in terms of its firepower, DPM, etc. It does have 17 km of range, which is pretty good. The shell travel time is actually pretty fast for a cruiser with its gun caliber. So for well, we got the airstrike here. We got the 30-second reload, by the way. 14-kilometer airstrike. It only takes 13 seconds to hit the target, so very easy to lead. And you get 34mm pen, so you get actually quite decent pen. Your fire chance is 35%. These airstrikes are actually pretty easy to use, and you'll see in the game. Their range is really good. Their drop time is really good. Their pen is really good. Everything's kind of good about these airstrikes, except you don't get that many bombs compared to Howden or something. But also the drop zone is way smaller. Top speed is 36.8 knots, but you do get a speed boost with that, 8%. 3 minutes duration. And for concealment, you get 9.8 detection, with this build. Now, for example, on the 7 Provincian, I actually take Rudder Shift instead, because the Rudder Shift's actually pretty bad on such a hull. 9.5 seconds on a super light cruiser is pretty bad. You could do this, but your concealment will be 10.8. Not really too wanted, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to take concealment so we can get a bit closer to the enemies. But that is pretty much the report. Let's take a look at the game. Alright, I'm actually going to try blind fire this Jaeger with airstrikes. You can kind of, well... Oh, yeah. So you can kind of just use your airstrikes with the ship, because you do have a really quick reload on them. Motor Verstärking. Oh, there we go. We hit him for 11,000 damage, guys, because he beached and made a mistake. So yeah, you can kind of spam out these airstrikes because they reload so fast that it's to your benefit that you are using them more often. For example, than something like Prince airstrikes, for example, in where they reload very slowly, and their drop zone, you know, their drop time takes a long time. So yeah, as you saw there, we kind of smashed that destroyer. This is a 32mm armored battleship here. We're gonna get 6k there, pretty big damage regardless. So yeah, we pen him everywhere, this battleship. He is on fire though. Hopefully he'll DCP and we'll kind of grief him down with another bomb hit. Try to get a shot here on this daring. Now remember, the reload will be getting buffed on the ship. I wish I could showcase to you the final version, guys, but I can't. So all you have to do is try imagine a quicker gun reload, slightly, not too much. I'd say 10% better DPM, I guess. Around, a bit less. It's more like 8% better DPM. But that's okay. It's gonna be better, right? The ship is already pretty good overall, I would say. Pretty easy to play regardless. Now, it is a super light cruiser, so those are not the easiest ships to play, I guess you can say. But the arcs on this one are very easy to use. And you got the airstrike ability, so you can just park behind an island and use those for a while. The ship actually is pretty strong if you just sit behind a rock and use airstrikes. I don't recommend you just do that only, though. I recommend you kind of mix in the guns as well if you want to get really good damage, of course, in the ship. But it does have the ability of just sitting behind a rock and getting those big airstrike volleys off. Getting, you know, you get them off and off and off and again and again. Because it reloads really fast on the airstrike. Your top speed, by the way, is 39.6 knots. Which isn't, I mean, super fast compared to a lot of ships nowadays. But it's still faster than most. We got a fire there. It's not as fast as something like a Henry or a Marseille or, you know, Bourgogne or whatever others you want to say. I don't know what else there is. So FDG did DCP the triple fire set on him. Look at the fire chance, by the way. You have many ways of lighting fires in this ship. Not just the main guns, which have a 9% fire chance, but also the airstrikes. Another thing I want to mention about the ship is you do get German improved HE penetration. So you basically get improved HE pen compared to other super light cruisers. Other super light cruisers, even with IFHE, they won't even be able to pen battleships. Whilst on this one, you're able to pen 32mm of armor with both the airstrikes and the main guns. And of course, the main guns do have really good range and really good shell travel time. Which is kind of crazy. They have given the ship quite a lot of tools to deal with a lot of ships. Now, what would you say is the downside of these guns? I would say the low HE alpha is the downside. Now, right now, current version that I have that I'm able to test sits at 13th place HE DPM at tier 10. It's actually worse than Yo, though, and Worcester and Des Moines and Salem. And its AP DPM sits at around... Its AP DPM is actually way better than its HE DPM, of course. It's, I believe, German Destroyer AP. So it actually sits at 8th place instead of 13th place. But we have to keep in mind this is going to get buffed. So I think it moves up to 7th or 6th place on AP. And then probably around, I don't know, 8th, 9th place in terms of HE DPM. So it's gonna be still better, but it's still not gonna be like the best in the game for DPM or anything. But you have to keep in mind that you do get that improved HE penetration, so you might get less in terms of the actual just raw DPM value than other ships, you know, like Smolensk or something. But you do pen the armors of battleships. Now, you might not pen like Yamato deck armor, which is like 50 or something. But you will pen 32mm armor battleships. So ships like Conquer, Republic, you know, just John Bar, for example, they're gonna have a hard time dealing with you. Unless, of course, they just one-shot you because you have really bad armor, you know. Now, your armor is really bad. So please don't think you're gonna be able to get away with it all the time. I would say... I haven't tried broadside technology. Now, broadside technology is when you sit full broadside at the battleship at close range. And maybe, you know, he won't smash you or he'll overpen your citadel. I haven't tried that, so I can't tell you as a guaranteed fact that that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna play the ship, you know, how I would play any other cruiser. Angle, try your best to survive. Of course, you shouldn't even try to get close in this ship. You don't really have any big tools to deal with the targets when you're really close. You want to try to sit at range. You do have really good gun range. You do have really good airstrike range. You want to try sit behind islands, arc over those islands, and of course get those airstrikes off over those islands. I'm actually not going to sit in the cap here because we want to get some damage, and we're kind of winning the game, so we don't really have to just sit in the cap. But we should be able to get some... plus we have a Hoffman, Izumo, and Yamato in the cap, so there's a lot of ships in there. And we're also able to output some good damage here on the Satsuma, probably. So, AP DPM is quite good. Unfortunately, this game I haven't found a broadside target to be able to just show you guys straight up what the AP DPM is like. But it's good. You can get consistent 5k, 6k salvos, I think, overall. Maybe, let's say 4. Let me just not overestimate, because I actually haven't gotten to use the AP much, because most things are angled in the positions we're at. I'm going to put an airstrike there. I don't know if that's going to hit him, because there is a fighter there. Okay, well, I'll just use both of them, because I missed the first one, because I'm dumb. The A from the Colbert is actually smashing into my planes, unfortunately, so we're not actually going to get a lot of bombs off. But 3k damage, guys, is better than 0k damage, right? Yeah. We got 6k there and 3k, so not too bad. Satsuma might actually go broadside to me here. Unlikely, though. This speed boost is very nice. It helps you kind of play the game a bit better in open water situations. Don't trust it too much, though. The ship still is a bit like 9-second rudder. You're not really too maneuverable regardless. So you don't want to be like overestimating the maneuverability of the ship just because you have speed boost, right? You try to use islands to the best ability you can. You know, you're still a super light cruiser, right? You're still a super light cruiser. So you want to try to use your standard abilities to try to survive as long as physically possible, like islands, etc. Yeah, the torpedoes kill him before I get my bombs. But as you can see, there's still a Republic left. Which is really nice. I really want to get that Republic. I don't have Hydro. That's actually another disadvantage of the ship that I didn't really mention. You know, even me, a content creator slash streamer, guys, forget to mention certain things. And in this case, we do not have Hydro. So we're actually taking a massive risk here. Oh, no. The Daring's over there, actually. Okay. I'm panicking for nothing. And Daring's over there. So, yeah. It doesn't have Hydro, though, so against something like Yu Yang, etc., other destroyers, you are going to have a bit of a hard time dealing with torpedo threats, because you're not going to guaranteed know where the Shema is, you know? You might take torps. Now, this has happened a few times to me. You know, normally I actually don't play ships too much before I, you know, do this, but this one I've played it quite a bit, actually, so I can kind of say the no Hydro thing is pretty sad. Now, this Johnson did lay a smoke for me, which is really nice, but I'm gonna get one shot. And there's the Citadel right there. I got smashed. Unfortunately, the Republic is dark. But it kind of is what it is. We can't really do anything about that. We want to try angle best as we can to this Daring without taking torps. Now, he's probably going to torp me or battleships, and I'm in the way. There's one torp. There's going to be more. Of course, he has single launch. I'm in kind of an awful situation. I don't have speed boosts available. I'm panicking a bit, to be honest, because I feel like we're going to lose the game now. We need to get out of B-Cab. Unfortunately, we actually didn't get A-Cab somehow. I don't actually know how. We had like 5 ships in there, but I guess I should have stayed inside it. I don't know. Maybe. We get a fire in Republic. I can't go take the Daring on one-on-one. So because of my no hydro, and he has a repop, so it wouldn't actually be a one-on-one. I have to wait here for the Republic to get spotted. That's the only way. I'm gonna rotate my guns to Montana. This is a bit of a tense match, so I don't know what we're gonna be able to do here, but we'll try to help Romsa here with this Montana. The CV should be able to also kill Montana. I think we should be able to get this Montana kill. If we get Montana kill, I'm hoping the CV spots the Republic. I can probably just melt him down very fast. Maybe not very fast. If he doesn't, I will go fight him in the open. The problem is he does have daring for support. Montana will slow down to dodge that airstrike, but I think he'll just die to Torps, or my AP in that case, if he does slow down. He's dead. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna activate speed boost. I'm gonna make my way towards C, and I'm gonna try to fight that Republic. This is a bit of a tense match, so, you know, I do live commentary, so I'm kind of talking whilst the game is running. So I'm sorry if I'm not being too in detail about everything. But we're trying to focus to win the game a bit here. Now, me leaving the A cap, I did say I could before, because I thought, well, Hoffman would cap, or really any other ship would cap. Oh, hello. He has smoke, so I actually don't want to shoot because my smoke firing is 5.6. We're going to launch an airstrike right on his head, so he has to leave the smoke. He's going to torp me, though, unfortunately. So let's see what happens here. I'm probably going to die, to be honest with you. We did get 2 bomb hits there on him. We got 3k damage. We want to hide from the Republic. That's what we want to do. Use this island on the left. He is going to be able to torp us, though. And the CV is going to spot me for him. Okay, so he's there. I'm hydroed. If I get close enough, he'll be spotted by smoke shooting anyway. The problem is the torps. We do not have hydro. And this is, I guess this is the main disadvantage, I guess, here. That's one set. He's got another one. Nah, we'll take 2 torps and die. Maybe we can trade 1 for 1? No, we can't. We're bowing. Unfortunate. But that kind of showcases to you the disadvantage of the ship. You can't, if you're fighting a destroyer like that, if you get caught off guard, you instantly die. Okay, sometimes you might be lucky and the destroyer misses the torps on you, but I mean, come on. Like in that situation, we kind of got, you know, fucked over. It kind of is what it is, though. It happens. But I think that's a good example to showcase to you that you can't really deal with destroyers like that too easily. Now, we did blind fire him with the bombs twice. Actually, we hit him twice. But, you know, it is what it is. But let's take a look at the score. All right, so unfortunately, we did end up losing the game. Might be direct fault of my own, because we did die to the daring. If we do kill the daring, we win the game, likely. But I'm trying to think how we could have dealt with that. It's a bit hard, you know. I could have turned to go in front of the daring, but the problem is I was a bit scared of the Republic cross maps. But I was still relatively healthy. But mistakes happen all the time. The important thing is we learn from them. But it's also important to showcase how the ship's not really that good when dealing close range against smoke destroyers, etc. But we got 363 shell hits, 71 bomb hits, 18 plane kills, 1 kill, 11 fires. We got top of our team, but I mean, we didn't really play to get top of our team, unfortunately. We could have played way better. Detailed report. Here it is. Most of our damage came from HE and bombs and fires. That's probably what you're going to get most of the time in the ship. Unless you get something broadside to you, then you can output some good AP damage. Yep. That's pretty much the score here. Credits and XP. This is with blue boosters, but no, I think ship booster itself. Alright, so for my commander build, last stand. Focus firing training, survivability expert, superintendent, concealment expert, adrenaline rush, heavy HE and sap shells, and demo expert. For equipment, main battery mod 3, concealment system mod 1, airstrike mod 1, aiming system mod 1, engine boost mod 1, and main armaments mod 1. That's pretty much Utrecht. That's pretty much Utrecht. What I think of it, I mean, it's a pretty good super light cruiser. It's actually really fun. I think this is, pretty good. The fact that I can sit behind rocks and also output good damage without even using its guns is something. But you also have the additional guns, which are getting buffed, keep in mind. So the ship's just gonna even get better than this. So the ship's pretty good. In terms of if you should get it, well, of course, but not right now. I think you should just wait for the early access event to be over, and then you can just grind up the line. There is the tier 8 Jarsfeld I can cover in a future video. Do let me know if you want to see the Jarsfeld in a future video. And we also have the, I think it's called Manfred, but I'm not sure, the Van Cohorn. So if you want me to cover those as well, I totally can. Do let me know in the comments below. And there's also a premium ship I can cover, the Fridgehead, the Fridgehead. Let me know if you want to see that one as well. This one's actually a bit different than the tier 10 because it has an improved speed boost and it also gets smoke screen and heal. And I think the airstrike is different. I don't know. We'll have to see. So yeah, let me know if you want me to cover the Fridgehead, the Jarsfeld, the Cohorn after the Utrecht. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Utrecht. I have enjoyed the Utrecht. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much this video, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. If I missed out anything, do let me know in the comments. And of course, guys, if you want to support the channel, you don't have to. There's a join button next to the subscribe button, guys. Basically, if you donate $1 a month, you don't have to do this, but you can if you want to support the channel a bit more. You can donate $1 a month. You will get a mission in game for a super container. It's not a big reward. It's every month you get a super container. It's not a big reward. You do it basically to support the channel and not because of the super container mission. That's, you know, don't get much from it, but that's kind of it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Utrecht, and I'll see you in the next one. Big fan.